Did you know that the words "Christ is King" sparked a tense moment at a political rally with the Vice President herself? JD Vance didn't hold back in his response. And it's got folks talking about spiritual warfare in today's politics. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jeremy from the Apostle Truth. And today we're diving into a moment that lit a fire at a Harris rally, where two Christian students made a bold statement, calling out, "Christ is King." Now, Vice President Kamala Harris quickly responded back, saying they were at the wrong rally, which, as you can imagine, stirred up a lot of attention. Then Senator JD Vance responded, calling her reaction anti-Christian rhetoric and claiming it was a sign of what he calls spiritual warfare in our political scene. Let's unpack this moment and see what it tells us about faith, politics, and standing up for our beliefs. So let's break down what happened. Grant Beth and Luke Pulaski, two Christian students, came to the rally with a purpose. They weren't there just to listen, but to make their voices heard, proclaiming Christ is King in the middle of Harris's speech. Now, y'all know that in today's political climate, folks can get pretty fired up, especially when faith and politics mix. So when Harris snapped back that they were at the wrong rally, it didn't just dismiss their beliefs, it seemed to strike at the heart of what they were there to stand for. And for a lot of Christians, this kind of public mockery raises a question. Are people's beliefs respected in the public square, or are they being sidelined, even mocked? Now, JD Vance wasn't going to sit quietly about this. He came out strong, calling Harris's response anti-Christian rhetoric. He argued that, in a country built on freedom of faith, Christians should be able to express their beliefs openly, without fear of ridicule. But it wasn't just about the response. He framed it as part of a larger issue he describes as spiritual warfare, a battle over the values and beliefs that shape our nation. Vance argued that moments like these reveal a deeper struggle Christians face in society, where standing for faith can sometimes feel like swimming against the tide. His words were a call to action, reminding Christians to stay strong and unified, no matter how tough it gets. And that message struck a chord. Many folks felt it was more than just a political statement. It was a reminder of the strength it takes to keep the faith in a divided world. Here's where things got intense. Vance didn't just criticize Harris's comment. He used it as a moment to rally Christians together. He spoke out, saying Christians need to support each other and push back against what he sees as increasing hostility toward faith. You could tell this was personal for him. He looked straight at the crowd, and you could hear the passion in his voice. The crowd was electric, with some cheering in agreement, others stunned by the directness of his words. It was a real turning point, as Vance's call for unity wasn't just aimed at those students. It was directed at every person of faith feeling the pressure to stay quiet. His words, spiritual warfare, hit home, especially in a time when many feel faith and belief are under constant challenge. So, what does this all mean for us? Vance's response doesn't just shine a light on one moment at a rally. It reveals a larger divide in our society, one that's affecting our politics and the role of faith in public life. His message was clear. It's not just about standing up for faith. It's about fighting for the space to do so openly. He's highlighting the fact that faith, freedom, and personal conviction are values we need to protect. And in a world where beliefs are tested daily, his words remind us to keep standing firm, even if the world's pushing back. Now, I want to hear what you think. Was Vance right to call this out, or is there more to this story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're interested in more stories like this, stick around. My next video will dive deeper into the challenges of faith in today's political world.